Give me a minute. I gotta catch my breath, man. Boy. Boy, oh boy. I don't know if anybody will show up. It's 11 o'clock on a Friday. But it's lunchtime. And we got today for lunch some old trapper. And everything's going to be reversed because the camera's flipped around. I'm sitting here eating beef jerky, trying to not die of heat stroke. I didn't think it was going to be this hot out, but boy, it is. It's a steamer. And not a Cleveland steamer either. Anyway. On. I seen these branches moving when there's no wind. Let's see if he comes out on this trail. I noticed a lot of squirrels today are staying really far back into the woods, into the canopies. So I got a little bit of video, but not much, nothing exciting. Just some tips of the trade. I don't know if I'll finish the day out. It's getting way too hot. Come 2 o'clock, it'll probably be unbearable. I want to go, there goes a wood duck. I want to go back the other direction here and on the other side of the public land and try this other spot. We shot squirrels out of there before. But again, even at the first spot I went to, it was pretty hard. You heard them, but I mean, they were so far back in there. And there was a couple that I could see from the trail, but it's like where I'm sitting now looking 20 yards, 30 yards back that way, but they were in the middle of like absolutely crazy stuff. What's up, man? So I don't know where he went. I'm on my phone, so I can't like respond real cool. I accidentally hit the wrong button. No. How do you? There. Said hi. Everything Wooten. Hopefully I didn't. My hands are. I got flies in my face, dude. But hello, sorry if I hid you from stuff. I didn't mean to. Okay, you're not hidden. It doesn't say you are now. My bad, dude. I'm on my phone, and to do stuff on here, it sucks, man. Dude, it's afternoon. I was eating. Good morning. What'd you do? Just roll out of bed, bro? I've been up at the butt crack of dawn. Bora, what's going on, bro? All right, cool. Nah, man, you're good. All right, cool. I meant to like look what you said at first, your first comment, and it was like hidden. And I was like, what? That's not what I was looking for. I was looking to see what the hell the guy said, and then I had to unhide you. That's the only thing I can really do unless a moderator comes in here, because I've had a lot of scumbags on the chats lately. That's why I haven't done a whole lot. Had an interesting one if you're going to go watch. Well, that was like 3 hours of nonsense, but yeah, a lot of people came up into that chat. A lot of racist people. That's pretty wild. I'm from Indiana. The United States of America, the greatest country on earth. I didn't bring my binoculars either. Lot of deer were out this morning driving here. Like, dude, it seems it's like that though, that there's deer everywhere, and soon as the season opens, they ghost. They're gone. You never find them. And then sometimes they just pop out of nowhere. But today, even leaving the city to get way out here into the middle of nowhere where I'm at, dude, there's deer coming out of the woods in the city. Nice ones too. I saw a doe and then another doe with a fawn. Boy, I wish they would go to my hunting spot over yonder. Thailand, huh? I've gotten a lot more. Looking at my analytics, I've gotten a lot more people subscribed from other countries, which is pretty cool. It's cool to trade culture. I like the trade culture with people. I just don't like that trade hate culture with people, if that makes sense. I had a couple of nice ones on camera this year. Dude, I haven't even gone and put out my cameras yet. I did get a hold of the landowner that I hunt, and it's all gravy, baby. That's what he said. So I just got to get out there and put a camera up. I drove by my fields today, and I'll put the short on here, and there was bucks out there in velvet. There was a 4x4, and then there was another one in back of him that was bigger. I could just tell by the hump on his back, man. He was way bigger than that little four. That little 4-point that was out there. Might have been a 6, a very small 6. I mean, you could see antler on him, but it wasn't like, boom, like I've seen before, like the big guy. What do you think with Cambodia and Thailand? Never been on that part of the world, sir, ma'am, whoever you are. I don't know your gender, but no, I've never been on that side of the world. I like Thai food. Nowadays I can't eat hot food because my body wants to be a wuss. But yeah, Thai food was a go-to in Chicago when I'd go and visit there. Cambodia, I know somebody that was in Cambodia and Vietnam. That's about as close as I know about that culture. Everything Wooten. I am a YouTuber and this is my YouTube name. All right, cool, man. What do you do on YouTube? That's the question. I don't mind subscribing to people, especially if your stuff's interesting. Do you love YouTube? No, I do not. There's a lot of reasons why I do not love YouTube, but there is also a lot of reasons I do like YouTube compared to other platforms. Ozzy's out there. What's up, bro? He's a moderator. Ozzy, if you see something crazy, dude, I'm on my phone and I almost blocked this guy for no reason because I'm trying to go through my messages here, and sometimes they vanish. So when you start touching stuff, so if you can keep an eye on the chat and keep the weirdos out, that would be great. If you're not going to stick around, I still do appreciate all the things that you do for the channel, Ozzy. There's a big herd living right by 20 and 35 junction. Dude, I'll tell you right now, I think I've seen that herd you're talking about. I was just out by 35 and that junction the other day, dude, and there's a ton. Where is it by the big fields over there? Because I know there's some bean fields if you go down 35 over that way. But I know there's yeah, dude, I seen them too, dude. And some of that property over there, dude, those people are not friendly to hunters. Because there's a property, if you keep on going down 35 and go on the other side of 35, there's property that butts up to some stuff. And I knocked down those people's doors asking if I can work my way back that way somehow, some way, some imagination, 20 and 35 and 12. And those people said no. Now, do you know where Healy's is? Now, I've hunted on the backside of Healy's, the landscaping back there. I hunted there last year. Dude, there's brutes and there's nothing you can do because the field adjacent to that property, because he's got a bunch of property back there. That guy won't let anybody hunt. He will not let anybody hunt that property. And I'll give you words to advice forever. Don't go on that property, dude. That guy's a mean buzzard and he does not like hunting. But boy, I will say that guy, I don't know if he grew those deer, but I seen that one last year. It every bit of 10. Every bit of 10, maybe a 120, 135 at most. I would have had to get I would have to get way closer to really figure it out. And dude, I always forget my binoculars, always forget my freaking my rangefinder, and the scope on my stuff only goes so far, man. If I see you in person, I will give you a great spot, dude. If you can find the GPS coordinates, dude, or the rough general area, I mean, because I don't know when I'll see you, bro. I don't live where I used to live anymore, so we're not going to bump into each other that often anymore. And I don't work at Runnings anymore. So, yeah, dude, it'll be hard to get a hold of me, especially right now. It's my home. So, yeah, man. I mean, but yeah, I'll take anything that you're willing to help me with. Not going to. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, don't put it on here. Like, private message me, dude. You know, on some other platform or something that we're friends in, like Instagram or whatever, dude. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna touch the screen to try and look at what I missed up here. Can you sub? What do you do? What is your channel about? CFFC. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But yeah, what do you do? What's your channel? What do you do? What piques your interest? If you're wondering why I keep scratching myself, dude, this mosquito bit me here, and it was the size of a freaking pterodactyl. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Insta me, man. Instagram me. I'm on Instagram, guys. If you go to, I think it's RowCall on that one too. It might be still RowCall 219. I don't know. Ever since I've dropped the 219, because I try not to be in that area code at all, but unfortunately I'm there quite a bit right now. But now that hunting season starts, I'll rarely be in the 219. Yeah, just Instagram it, and then fuck, man, take me out there. Let's go take a look so I can set up a camera, since you know the area way better than me. I don't want to wander off, get in trouble, things like that. It doesn't really matter to me. I'll find my way around stuff. I just don't want to. I don't want to piss people off, man. Pissing people off nowadays, dude, is not great, dude. Go ask that guy in that wheelchair. Whatever he did to that old man. I guess it was about stolen valor. Have you guys seen that? What time is it? It is almost noon at this point. Yeah, it's almost noon. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's noon right now, man. And so it's height of the day. Height of the day. Nice, dude. Hey, if you get the pictures from your cameras, just send them through Instagram, dude, and show me what it looks like out there, dude. But yeah, dude, if it's anywhere where we were just talking about, yeah, dude, I've seen those deer. I've seen some brutes over there by what is that? That little golf course right there, that mini golf course over there off of there by that area, dude. Brutes. I remember I was driving with my buddy Stan. Fuck, I don't remember where we were coming from, but we were driving. I think we were going to his house, driving from city. And boy, dude, I looked out the corner eye, big old brute making a scrape right on that highway, dude, right on the line on that highway, man. If anybody finds this dude and you own that property over there, man, I'll cut you in. I'll give you half of what I harvest. I don't care, you know. I'll even give you one portion of my back straps. See you later. Thanks for joining. If you feel the need, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do it to all your friends. But yeah, man, this is the first day of Squirrel, man. And boy, I tell you, man, I didn't think it was gonna get this hot at that point. I mean, yeah, it is hotter now, but come 8:45, 9 o'clock, especially around 9:30, man, it got so bad in back in the woods, man, you couldn't even hear anything. The locusts, those damn locusts that screech and then die, and that's what they do in life. They mate, screech, and die. Whatever those things are, those cicadas, dude. I was packed into this area with a cornfield behind me, and it was literally small because I'm trying to look up into the canopy to see where the squirrel was, dude. It was so loud. It actually hurt my ears, dude. And I went and shooting with my kid a couple of weeks ago because, I mean, I'm proud of my children, and especially when they take me for a free range day. And I was shooting an AR-15 that I traded with them. Excuse me. And when I was shooting, my earplug popped out. Wasn't noticing a whole lot because it was boom, 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 boom. Boy, when I finished, I was like, damn, why is my ear hurt? And I went like this. Yeah, man, that plug was out of there. And it damaged me a little bit, man. It's still really sensitive to high pitches and squeaks. And when I was back in those woods, bro, oh, God, folks. Dude, it was like you couldn't even hear the pine squirrels. Pine squirrels, if you don't know what they are, they're smaller squirrel species, and I call them the old people of the woods because all they do is yell at you, "Get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! Get off my lawn!" And while they're curdled in a crotch of a tree around the corner yelling it, "Get out of my lawn! Get out of my yard!" Ah. Too early in the season for tree rats. If I would have brought a shotgun today, I didn't bring a shotgun today. I brought my 22 with my suppressor on it because I like, dude, suppressors are absolutely awesome. Sorry, Ozzy. But, I mean, you can't have them. But, like, yeah, man, like, doubling up on squirrels, dude, it is a pleasure. Today I should have brought my shotgun, but that damn Benelli I ran over, I broke the swivel off of it. Didn't notice it when I was getting it ready, and I didn't want to walk with a gun, dude, without a sling. Not today, dude, because I knew it was going to be hot. And I didn't think I was going to have this much trouble with my left arm. Hopefully I'm not having, like, multiple heart attacks and just don't know, but who knows? I don't have health care. Quarter calls. Yeah, I know. I was looking in my tray. I'm looking in my tray right now, brother. And I was like, damn it. I used all my quarters to get an apple pie the other day. And will nickels work? Will nickels work? I'll go over there and rub some nickels together. Quarters are hard to come by right now in my world. So are dollar bills, but yeah, man. We've experimented with the quarter trick a few times and it's worked. Well, we never used the quarter trick and then shot a squirrel, but we've used the quarter trick to locate where they're at and then creep up on them and then shoot them. Like, but I've never physically and the squirrel comes out like, hey. Oh, dude, it's hot as balls. It was really, really nice in the morning. But right now, we're still in that summer solstice, whether the weatherman wants to say it or not. Weathermen are right or wrong 60% of the time, and they still hold a job. If I was still at my old job and I was wrong 60% of the time, I'd already be fired by now. Or way before then. But it's not bad in the mornings. Like right now, dude, this might be the end of it, man. Like I said, by almost 9 o'clock, a little after 9, man, it started to get really hot. And the mosquitoes are absolutely horrid. Vanessa Kitty is out there. What's up? But yeah, man, it started to get really hot. I'm like, well, I'll just move to a spot. If it's hot and I'm thirsty, well, guess what? It's hot and I know those critters are thirsty. And back off of this trail that I'm sitting in front of here, I'll show you. If you go here, hook around there, the creek runs this whole entire area here. So, like, I was hoping to catch them drinking or at least moving the water at this point of the day. Maybe I'll get lucky. But dude, I saw a bunch of squirrels today. A bunch. They were just so deep and the canopy so thick still that I looked at them and was like, oh, you could see them in there. And if you shot one in some of the areas, dude, you'll probably never find it. Nothing yet, Ryan. I had a shot, but I ended up not taking it because my left arm gave out. And I don't know what that is, man. I just don't want to talk about that right now, dude. I just don't know. It was disappointing, dude. I had him in my sights, and it just, something's messed up in my neck, and it pinched. And dude, I made and I could look back up in the scope. Boom, into the hole he went. But yeah, I had a bead on him, man. It just, my arm gave out. That's the first time that has ever happened in my entire life. And it was just spasming. Yeah, Rabbit will be opening soon too, man. Here, I'll read you the dates, brother. That's why I go to these places. I'll read you the dates, man. Hook you up, brother. Hook you up. Don't forget, deer regulations have changed too. Yeah, Rabbit starts November 1st to February 28th. Squirrel has started today and it ends January 31st. So I think I might come back out in an early morning, but not cover as much ground, and uh, just go in the mornings. In the mornings. Don't forget, here coming up, where, let me look where I can find it. Of course, October 1st starts deer hunting for our area. People are already shooting deer. I'm a part of some Facebook groups, man. I seen this guy shoot a beautiful buck in velvet, dude. I'm not a big velvet kind of person because I don't know if people have ever experienced velvet antlers, but it's very, very brittle, man. And lugging that thing around and knocking that stuff off, man, you can tear it up. But I mean, if you can transport it without tearing up the velvet really bad, especially at this point, they'll be shedding that velvet at the coming up here next month or two. Look up on cat. Nah, man, no cats, man, no cats. But I will shoot them out of my hunting spot for sure, dude. It's unfortunate, but man, dude, they're nest raiders. Sometimes feral cats. I forgot where it was, man. I forgot what state it was, but they had a huge problem with feral cats, dude. And they saw a giant drop in rabbit population and small game population because those things, they'll ravage stuff, dude. They'll ravage stuff. You got to control them, dude. And that's why I don't like it when people are like, "Oh, I have 75 barn cats." Well, okay, I understand you want to keep the mice away, but 75 of these things, and then they're running around in the woods by my hunting area, where you have these things, and they're snatching squirrels and small pullets and all that jazz. No, dude, I don't get down with predators, man. I believe we do need predators, but I do believe heavily in predator control. And once you have a problem with predators, it does not go away until you get rid of those predators. And it's plain and simple. I don't care what the fur people say and the PETA folks. Doesn't matter, dude. Those things, coyotes are perfect example. If you let those things run rampant, they will devastate every piece of small game and then leave, and you'll have no more small game to enjoy over your grill. And you better hope something repopulates that area, and they'll move on to the next one, and they'll keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. Sometimes they'll even come back through. How many times have you guys seen coyotes pass you by, you don't get the shot, hour or two later taking the same road home, dude? And that's when you got them. It's really, I don't hate predators. I believe in having them, but I heavily believe in controlling them. Salmon Tender wants to be. So Salmon Tender. So I've reported your comment for harassment and bullying. And hate speech. We'll put that one in there too. We'll report that. Thanks for reporting. You're welcome. And then Salmon Guy will remove you like that. And that's how that goes. So have fun with that account, Salmon Face, because you're going to stink like fish when they cancel your account. And that goes for anybody. If I catch you in the chat saying dumb stuff, I will block you. First, I'll report your comment, and then I'll block you. And enough reporting goes on when you go to your other account, boy, YouTube will find you. Trust me. Trust me, and then I'll send them an email about you. They actually got back about my email about taking my... I woke up one day, and I was almost to my threshold, and then I wasn't. And I shot them an email. I said, hey, my money's missing that I'm accumulating. Where did it go? And they were like, yeah, we're having bugs issue. You should be all right in a couple days. And in a couple days, they sent me an email and said, hey, guess what? We fixed the problem. And I was like, great, fantastic, awesome. Trying to look at the chat. I wait for the weather to get colder for small game hunting. Yeah, I was just hoping to catch a couple offhand. I don't indulge in squirrel a ton. I don't. But when I do, yeah, man, I don't gorge on them, dude. You know, I'll shoot 3, 4 of them, and whenever I get a chance to, you know, I'll shoot 3 or 4 of them, man. Good enough for me. It's just me. 3, 4 squirrels, dude, plenty. Sometimes if you get one of them big fox squirrels, you guys know, dude. I don't have to tell this guy anything. You get one of them big foxies like I got last year. I ate his ass for Thanksgiving. I ate him, and I ate that squirrel I shot down in Tennessee, man. That was a $65 squirrel, most expensive squirrel in my life. Coyotes are terrible around this time. Well, I got a coyote call if you got a spot. And I got a really good gun sitting at the house right now. I got to do a video on a bucket list gun. And trust me, it will do this. It will do the trick on coyotes. And we could have real fun doing it. Real fun doing it, man. But yeah, man. I don't hate predators, man. But yeah, dude, they need to be controlled. They need to be controlled pretty well, because if it gets out of hand, dude, you'll have nothing left. Now, I've heard tons of stories at the gun counter. I've heard tons of stories, and then this guy showed me pictures. One year he had 5 coyotes that were running his property, and it seemed like every other picture they had a fawn in their mouth. 223 bolt with a hand loads. There you go. There's somebody crop dusting too. Not farting either. Crop dusting back over here. So that's why I moved out of the spot, dude. He's all over the trees. They got some ag field right here, and he's flying on these treetops. All them squirrels are in their hole at this point. No, I've never shot at a coyote. I've shot at them. Maybe hit them, maybe not. I don't really care. But, you know. But yeah, that guy showed me the picture. Seemed like every coyote he showed me had a fawn in his mouth. They'll devastate stuff. 12 of them, huh? Good, thank you. I appreciate it. As a fellow hunter, I appreciate your conservation effort and the controlling of predator species known as the coyote. Hold on. Not here, a pine squirrel. But, here, I'll show you. Look how thick. If you shot a squirrel in this shit, if you shot a squirrel in that, bro, you're getting poison ivy, first of all. Second of all, you'll probably never find it. Unless it just, like, I've had shot trees out of squirrels where they got hung up in the tree. You gotta take a branch or something and keep on throwing it up at the tree because they didn't make it all the way down, you know. I've had that happen before. But I can hear him. He's back in there. I know he is. I might walk this trail just for S's and G's in a little bit. Maybe let this sun kind of move a little bit more that way. And then go down this trail, have it not be so sunny back in this way. And then walk down there and cruise and look at some of these. I always look in shady areas. Everybody's looking to get out of the frickin' sun, you know. So I look in shady areas, things like that for squirrels. It's just right now I'm looking at the canopies all day today, man. I was like, shit, I should have brought a shotgun. Every coyote I have squeezed on has dropped. There you go. I shot one a couple of years ago. Well, no, I don't even think a couple of years ago, about 3 or 4, 5 years ago. I was on the farm. I was allowed to hunt. Here comes old Coyote Jack coming down that lane. Boom! I seen him kick up, took off. I didn't bother looking for him. His buddies probably ate him. Here comes that crop duster. But yeah, I don't care. I mean, if they drop there, yeah, I'll go collect them. But no, that's so cruel. I'm like, what's cruel is those things eating those little baby cute ones. Trap them. Well. Here in this area, trapping has fallen off dramatically. Ever since Obama and all these politicians really hurt the fur market, man. You know it. Dude, I've been to so many trade shows and seen the price of fur tank, and like I could probably get a coyote tail for like $4. You know, when those things there at one point I was watching coyote tails go for like 25, $30. Shit like that, man. Ron's out there. Ron, I got your message because my phone was off. My phone died and I seen your message. A little bit too late for that, huh? Apologize. I didn't have internet, so I couldn't help you anyway, Ron. My apologies. DNR likes you to destroy them. So this is a story. I think it was last year. Yeah, I was still working at that shithole. And, man, I'm sweating balls here. Might have to step outside, man. It's getting hot. Unzip this a little bit. But, I was squirrel hunting opening day. I think it was either last year or it was the year before. And it was the best opening day I've ever had. The first 3 trails I walked down, I shot a squirrel out of. And then I clipped one, and then I caught him running up the tree and got him. And I was sitting there, and I don't know what you guys do. I don't have Onyx or anything like that. But I pin these locations. Like if I would have shot a squirrel here, I would have dropped a pin at where I shot him, just to come back and see some other time if his family members are around. But I was stopping there and pinning that spot, and I heard rustling, like real bad rustling in the back, and you know, I thought it was a spooked deer. So I kind of moved back down off this hill, and I looked up, and it was 3 coyotes sniffing around where I had that squirrel, and it was bleeding. And boy, the growling and grunting started going on. I ripped a shot off at them, dude, and they took off, and I never saw them again. But dude, I don't know if anybody's been ever cornered like that by wild animal like that, dude. Yeah, man, pretty gnarly shit. You know, I got a bloody squirrel in one hand and a whole back full of squirrel on the other hand. You know what I'm saying? It was like, holy shit, dude. These guys, one of them grabs my vest, dude. It's gonna be over. And I did not carry a handgun that day, but I figured, you know, I always carry, you know, extra shotgun loads with me, and sometimes my Benelli will take up to a 3.5-inch shell, so I'll take a good 3.5-inch turkey load with me just in case, dude, and put it in that coyote if one comes around. You know, I'll carry a couple of them on me, those 3-inch rounds. 3.5-inch, excuse me, rounds, dude. I'll do that while I'm squirrel hunting. But it wasn't like, oh, it's scary, but it was like, oh shit, dude. You know, like something's gonna have to happen here. Either your guys are gonna go away, or you're gonna take me away. One of the two. I mean, people think public land is just like a trail, a hiking trail. Bullshit. There's animals out here that will hurt you. They'll put a hurting on you, dude. I mean, there's a lot of spiders, snakes, especially in this area, dude. Tons of water moccasin up and down here with all the water through here. Tons of water moccasins and things like that. Tons, like, I remember, I think it was last year, I was at my buddy's house, and his son, like, put his arms on there. I was like, watch out, dude, there's a big spider in there. So he walked around to work, because I was out leaning on the other side of the truck. And being a nice guy and all, man, tell Ryan, he's in the chat. And Ryan will tell you, dude, that spider was about almost a $50 size, man. And, you know, I don't know, he wasn't there when I got there. But as I left, dude, I didn't pay attention. And he had webbed up the whole back of this truck. He webbed up that whole back of that truck there. And it was a brown recluse, I think it was. Brown recluses are bad, man. Go look up those little critters. Don't get bit by one of those. You'll have a very, very bad time. I know people that have gotten bit by those. Doesn't end well, especially if you don't catch it. I mean, if you catch it, you should be all right. But if you don't, man, you'll start losing flesh. Oh, that was loud. I don't hear that guy anymore. I don't think he's saying anything. I think he knows what I'm doing. Just sitting here waiting for him to say something, you know? And that's sometimes the good thing about squirrels is those pineys, dude. Those little squirrels, dude. I told you they're the grandpa of the woods, and they'll start yelling at you, dude, to get out of their area. And you know it's slim pickings right now because you can't see them with so much canopy and leaves everywhere. So I mean, those little guys, they stick around, man, and they jaw jack a lot, and you just can't see them, and they think their shit don't stink. You know, they're the cat's meow. Last year, uh, before I got the interaction with those coyotes, the last squirrel I shot off that trail, he came down out of his hole, laid long ways right next to me on a log, put out one of the biggest. I didn't know squirrels could make this noise. And I looked over, he looked at me, and I said, boop. And then I shot him, and I seen he came out of the tree. So I looked around. I could not find this son of a gun, man. And I was like, well, maybe I missed, or I don't quite see blood anywhere. And this dude, you know, when I shot, he disappeared. So I was like, he's hit somewhere. I don't know if he, you know, fell off this side of the tree. So I'm looking around. Finally, I'm like, you know what? I started walking a little bit down the trail. I said, nah, I can't give up on this. Walked down this other day. I shot him, and it hit him so hard, it shot him off of that tree into the next trail over. And there he was, dude, sitting right on a mountain hill looking at me, keeled over. And it was good sized pine squirrel too. Like I said, dude, pine squirrels do not get that big, man. The one I looked at today was a pretty good looking one. You know, it was really hard. The leaves were shaking in front of them. But yeah, dude, I had a good shot at him, and I just had the gun up, man, and I just felt my arm like start spasming, and I'm shaking, dude, and I'm looking at the reticle, and I'm like, man, I can't take this shot. I'm gonna miss. I know I'm gonna miss, or I'm gonna really wound this guy. And I'm not out here to wound critters, and you know, I don't care two shits about yotes, but you know what I'm saying, like these critters, this is the shit I'm gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put a hurting on it and not find it or wound it and let it die in a hole. It's a waste. So yeah, man. Let me see. I'm gonna stick my head out here so if I can hear them. I got a pretty cool short that I'm gonna publish here when I get home and get cleaned up with a hawk. Boy, it was pretty gnarly coming down to this spot. So stay tuned for that one. That's a pretty good one. And I tried to, you know, I was sitting there watching him do his thing, man. It was a dude, that's the coolest thing so far, and it's the first day I've been out here. First day. This is the first time I've been back here since last year. I don't come out here and hike. I know if you go back up this road a bit, hop on this main road and go down by the Kankakee River, there's bald eagles there. And a lot of people come here to watch the bald eagle. Or I think there's a pair of them that are in this area, and they have a huge nest down the street here, and they tell you not to stop, but everybody does and gets out and takes a picture of them. And you know, dude, bald eagles are bigger than what you think. Hold on, there he is. See, he's so far up there, man. He's way up at the top of that tree. Yeah. You just cannot see nothing. I mean, if they come out on some of these branches with no leaves, man, it's a done deal. Like that guy earlier I was talking about, man, he would have been a done deal real quick. But not so much. Not so much. But yeah, man. Woo. So, just want to give you a little update of what's going on, man. Again, I appreciate everybody. People that come to the chat, people that like, comment, and share, and especially the people that subscribe, and definitely my channel members. This dude is raking over me. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Anything? You see anything? Oh, sorry. Slapping the phone around. Did you guys see anything? Did you see that guy? He just flew right back over me. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna boogie for the rest of the day, man. I just wanted to get on here and hopefully, maybe, get lucky at some point. Here he comes back again. Boy, he has really loaded these treetops. So I'm gonna go back to this other spot down here. I'm gonna drive around that. Holy moly! Did he crash? That dude just crashed? No. I was about, dude, all I hear is and nothing. No boom though. So I don't think he crashed, man. That was wild. 1 minute he's right over me, and then no sound. I think I might have heard him a little bit. I don't know if he clipped that tree or not. Here he comes. I don't know if you can hear that. Right here. Oh, I didn't turn it around. I didn't turn the camera around. I'm a dumbass. Good. I was like, oh my God. I don't even think I brought my first aid kit. And that's got chest seals, quick clot, tourniquet, all that on there. I always keep it in the truck during hunting season, but I didn't do it today because I wasn't going to do anything like death defying today. Oh, he might scared that squaller. There he is. If he came out on this branch, there he is. If he worked his way to this trail and got on that branch right there, I would get out of this car, get on that trail, and shoot him from it. But I don't think he's going to come out of there. I don't think they're going to come out in the woods. But I'm gonna hop, skip, and a jump back the other way. I'm gonna check this other area because another good squirrel spot is it's unfortunately it's on the other side of this public lands, and it's a bit of a drive. And I want to save some gas because if it's gonna be nice, there he goes. Unless that was another one on there. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Looking, if I could turn around. I don't know if this will zoom in well. I can't see. On that trail, it's that, you see that branch wiggling? See that branch?